the goals of the ArtX Lagos is to wake up that creative spirit inside and show the audience what's happening on the continent and beyond. If you saw last week's edition of the show, you will notice that most of those who attended that event were young people, and that's the next generation of collectors. Their interest in visual art has to be nurtured, and it starts right now. We'll be looking at those who will be involved in the art of collecting and others who are practicing the art on the program today. A warm welcome to Art House. I'm Melinda Akinlami.
Nigerian art have very vibrant and bright colors which reflect the strength and luminosity of light.
The event was twofold: to look at the collection at the Whitbaker and a forum where the art of collecting was discussed.
The Arts of Collecting. That's the special event that has attracted this array of people to the Whitbaker in Lagos. First, the network discuss while having something to nibble on before they enter the hall. And the director of the Whitbaker, Mosun Ogunbanjo, welcomes the visitors.
Art at the Whitbaker is where silent conversation comes to life, where the guest is vividly and imaginatively connected to the soul of the city and to the pulse of the nation.
Then, curator of SMO Contemporary Art, Sandra Mbanefo Obiago, sets the tone for the event and explains why everyone is gathered here.
When things shift in architecture, it influences art. And when things shift in art, it informs architecture in a very immediate way. And tonight we're talking about shifting society forward.
To the panel discussion, which consists of some of the best brains in the art scene, they share their idea of what art collecting really entails.
The main characteristics of a good collector, I think. First, of course, you need passion. I agree fully with Professor Clark. We need passion, but we need several other qualities to be a good collector. A good collector has passion as knowledge. A good collector collects with the eyes, but also with the mind. A good collector studies. A good collector researches. A good collector inquires. A good collector puts together things. A good collector does due diligence before buying something.
In Africa, we're going in that direction with the private museum that's being built, private museums that are being built in Nigeria, for example, at the Pan-African University, and there's the Obi of Onitsha, who's also building a museum. We've just opened the Zatzmoka in Cape Town, Sindika Dopolo in Rwanda is also going to be building his museum. So I think the initiative will be private before it becomes governmental. And that's the direction we need to go. We need to find the support that allows those sorts of initiatives to happen.
For me, art is fungible. There's a lot of beautiful artwork all over the world. And therefore, you know that you cannot acquire everything. So you need to try and have a strategy and say, what do you do? For instance, in my approach to traditional art collecting, I decided that I was going to focus specifically on buying Nigerian art, because I know that Nigeria has a very wide variety of artwork. Probably next to Egypt, I'm not sure that there is any other place, in Africa that has such a wide disparity.
One of the distinguished personalities on this panel is Professor Ebun Clark, The professor of English with an array of works of art which she has shared with her husband J.P. Clark since 1965.
Some of us have artists who come to see us and come to look at what we have. I open my house for artists to come, but not the whole 2,000 artists to come in. It is those whose work I'm interested in have access to my collection to look at what others are doing. All right, that's about as far as you can go, because as you will not allow people to come into your house anyhow, it's not a public space. So therefore, private collection cannot be public. Neither will private collection allow it to go out without huge insurance attached to it.
The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Okechukwu Enelama, caps it all by talking about how an investment in art is a good one eventually.
Where art goes, some people may even argue that it's more of a leading indicator. It's more of something that happens ahead of society beginning to, frankly, live the good life in the sense of like things we want for our people.
After the forum, it's time to see the Wheatbaker collection, which features works of art from the veterans to contemporary artists. Some of the names are familiar because they have done either solo or group exhibition in this venue.
There's an interest, there's a hunger, there's a need for more art in public spaces. And I think that for the Interior Design Association of Nigeria to be championing this conversation is really significant. And my hope and my prayer is that more institutions like the Wheatbaker that are publicly accessible will start to invest significantly in art and create new platforms for art to be experienced and enjoyed by a broader public.
And once again, the participants re-emphasized the need to keep talking about the need to collect art and how everyone can pitch in.
We should be able to share, the incredible cultural heritage that we have. But also, if it's to be selling the work, outside of the continent, I think we need to be careful because, the future generations of Nigerians and Africans will only be able to see their culture in a museum in the West. We need to build institutions that allow us to stay here and engage with our culture. So on one hand, I feel that I agree, but on the other hand, I also feel that we need to be careful.
The artists have created the works, but someone has to collect them.
Collection is an individual thing. You have to see what moves you or what drives, what touches the passion in you for you to be able to do that. I have collected a few things, nothing expensive, but I mean, it depends on just what touches first your eyes and then what moves you emotionally towards picking up such an item.
People who have managed to build a large and credible art collection inevitably would realize that they have a responsibility to share what they have amassed over many years with the general public. And I think what we have to do in Nigeria is to think of creative ways, given the absence of existing support by government to create public museums as in other places, to share what we have with members of the public. There are different things I think that individuals can do. The first stage is to try to document what they have, and those who have the means and the opportunity to publish those works. Because by publishing them, which could be in the form of a book or having digital archives which can be put online, then that already provides the opportunity for many other people who are far-flung in Nigeria and in other parts of the world to access that material which would not have been available.
Even though they may not be one of the big names now, But with time, just like the Enwonwos, Grillos and Onobrakbayas of the world, it pays at the end, especially with the secondary market which is opening up on the Nigerian scene.
When collecting art, you can always start small, then work your way to the top. It's an investment which appreciates, and many private collectors should try and let people see their art so that they will see the rich collection.